Hey, this is Fred with WP Shout with the next in this series of WP No Code build videos. So we just created the demos custom post type, but this page isn't displaying them, which we're going to get to in a second. And this is how they look. So they look just like a blog post, but they don't have a space for comments. And they don't have a space for things like categories and tags. And I kind of think we're really getting to the edge of what's actually possible with without actually getting into how the PHP of a theme generates what you see on the page. Because it's basically treating it like a blog post, but it also knows that it's not a blog post. It's this thing of this other crazy post type called demo. And because of that, it's displaying the parts of the single.php blog template that are applicable, like the content and the title and the featured image, but it's not really displaying the other stuff. So let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. And if I'm not, then we'll just keep moving. Okay. All right, good. So yeah, we got our first demo. What we haven't done yet is, so we've got like this kind of nice color scheme thing going on. We've got this nice, nice-ish background for the about page. But it's the same background for the no code demos page. So I thought this hipster drinking coffee might be good. So I'm just going to copy the image itself actually. And I'm going to fit canvas to layers. Good. I'm going to go ahead and desaturate this guy. What's the difference between color to gray and desaturate? I wonder. Huh. Boy, that's different. Ugh, it makes it really grainy. Okay, whatever. All right, and then let's, I suppose like we did with the other things, we'll make it a little darker, a little more contrasted. That feels like a lot. Let's do that. Okay, we're going to say WP no code demos. Then we're going to go, while that's happening, we're going to go to the demos page, fire up Beaver Builder, grab this. We are going to swap out background images. Taking a while to upload. I wonder how big this file is. About a megabyte. All right. Looks slightly stupid, to be honest. Let's center bottom. Okay, so that's the wrong one. Center top. Okay. You know, honestly, I feel like this one makes more sense for demos. And just center. And the guy sipping coffee might make more sense for the about page. I don't have any photos of me sipping coffee or David, my business partner. And the fact that this weird random coffee hipster is not strictly on the WP No Code team, I'm comfortable with. I'm happy to live with that. Because it doesn't really say about us. It's like about. It's like, who are the people behind this? And this is a person. You know, sometimes you have to be a little bit, what's the word? Not hyper literal. Like, hey, about. It's about us. This is me at my high school graduation. But it's like, about. Who are the people here? This is a person. It's giving the user like the right idea, basically. And then this actually is me. Again, I don't have any other pictures really like this of me. I do not drink coffee. This could be tea, and I do drink tea, but it's not worth worrying about. I still continue to like these hands as the background here. Yeah, and I think this is good for demos. It's like, yep, let's get going. It's like kind of a, like, there's a lot of potentiality in this picture. Like, this laptop could be fully opened at some point. Somebody could put the headphones on and actually learn something. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this. I might want to come back in and change the about thing at some later point to have it be, you know, a picture of me and David at a WordCamp or something like that. But again, I just don't have that many good pictures. And again, I think this does what it's supposed to do. Because again, it's not about us. It's about what is this entire project. All right. So now we want to get the demos page going. And there's probably a lot I will do with this page at some point. But for now, what do I really want? I kind of want a little bit of text about, basically what I want is I want like a list of the demos themselves, and then I maybe want other stuff, but I don't quite know what the other stuff is. So I'm going to just start with the list because I know I want that. Whoops, I didn't really mean to delete that. And Beaver Builder weirdly has no undo. So if you do something, you either need to like exit out of Beaver Builder, or if you know how to fix it, like duplicate that element and put it back down here, then that's fine. All right, so start learning now. Okay. So yeah, really all we want is the title here. Go ahead and save that. Now what we want, once again, is posts. Now, in WordPress, posts doesn't just mean blog posts. It actually means literally kind of anything. Posts, pages, demos, and a lot of other stuff are all posts of different post types. So what are we doing here? We want demos. Now, how did Beaver Builder know about demos? Well, it knows all the post types that we've registered on the site. So if we just wanted pages, we could just get those. Probably get the about page. Or if we want demos, we get those. How many of these do we want? Yeah, 10, I think. So maybe we'll say all WP No Code demos, right? And you know what? Actually, I don't want to mess with this because we already have a posts thing on the homepage that I set up kind of the way I like. So I'm just gonna go there, and I'm gonna there are a couple things I know I want to change, but I think it was close enough. So I'm gonna save it as, posts. Whatever, posts module with settings. Because I know I saved some stuff around like how wide each thing would be, and And I don't want to have to do that a second time. So we're going to go back to demos. I'm going to close this and close this just because I'm starting to get a lot of screens piling up, or tabs, I mean. Go down here, and instead of just getting the straight ahead old posts module, we're going to get the one that we've customized slightly, and then we're going to change it. So what did we say? 3 columns, 20 and 20. Yeah, that's fine. Now, we do want to let there be numbers. Now, there's not enough posts really to, like, there's only one post, so we're not going to see a read more thing, but we do want it if there is one, I think. And honestly, man, if we had 20 posts, then I think we should display them all and then maybe start paginating. And then we just gotta go demos. Cool. Now, will it show categories and stuff? Because that would be awesome. So it's showing the author, it's showing the whatever. We could show the content, I guess. Yeah, I think I want that. What I'd love is if it would show the categories and stuff it was part of, because then we don't have to worry about somehow getting that information into the single.php template for demos, or creating a single demo.php, like all these things that require code knowledge. But unfortunately, I'm not seeing this as an option. Show the author and the date, but it won't really show. Well, or is it? Post terms show. Posted in. Yeah, I mean, that should show it if it was going to show. Okay, I'm going to publish. So this is kind of the main thing I actually want on here. Oh, it looks like we got a big bottom margin on this that we don't actually want. Which probably means that we actually need a bottom margin on this. Oh, sorry, this is bottom padding. Once again, padding will make the background white, because padding is inside the element, margin is outside the element. So we want to extend the space inside the element 80 pixels downward. Okay, I just want to like play a little bit more with like, can we get the metadata about this post, even though it's a demo, post of type demo, can we get that out? I'm pretty much sure that the answer is no, but order by. So we could, I mean, we could do it so that we could do it by category. So like, if it was only uncategorized watch, this is going to disappear. See? Because there are no uncategorized WP no code demos. But if we said the category was, did we put it in news? I can't remember. We must not have. Okay. So we could have like our code demos by category. Maybe that's good enough actually. Is that we set a small number of categories and tags, and we just manually create like little post carousels for that. Let me quick edit this thing. Oh, it's not even in a category. So yeah, let's make this demo in category news just to do it. And it's tagged with video. Again, like this is the kind of thing where you need to understand how WordPress actually works at a coding level. So this is very much like a kind of good enough solution for like actually categorizing these posts of type demo. So if we do that, then you can see it's still there. So yeah, we could create like you know, news demos, and there would be like a little carousel of demos that are in category news. So yeah, as we have more demos, we'll need to figure out how to categorize them better, like how to actually display their categorization better on the front end on the site itself. But yeah, that's probably good enough. Actually, that probably gives us close enough to what we need. All right, and you know what? I probably should have done this a minute ago, but I just want to show you how it would look if we actually had 6 demos on there, so you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go into duplicate post settings, because you see it's not allowed to copy demos currently. It wasn't enabled for demos. So now that it's enabled, just clone it a bunch of times. Go ahead and bulk publish. So we're going to edit everything, apply. Status is published, update. Yep. Oh, look at that. Posted in news. Oh my God. Excuse me for that outburst, but this is really cool. So it actually does work. I didn't seem to work before, but yeah, that's good enough. So we're good. We can just go off the categories, and I think the tags maybe we can ignore. I don't think we actually need to tag these things. But yeah, that's awesome. So it could show all the ones from news. So the ones that are uncategorized, for example, just won't show. But all the ones that are news will show. And we can do all that. And then posted in news, meaning we could go to the news category and see everything in it. And that would, it's currently just searching posts. No, the category is just returning posts that are of type post. I know that sounds really ridiculous if you don't know WordPress well. I'm just saying posts constantly. Like, we wrote an article on WordPress terminology. Yeah, clarifying technical terms with multiple meanings in WordPress. And definitely one of them is posts. Yeah, so post could be content of any post type, or a piece of content whose post type is post. So this archive page is showing everything that's in category news, but it's only showing blog posts. And again, I don't know why I'm worried so much about this right now, because I've only got one demo, but there's probably a way to fix that. Basically, we would need to do better search, which there's this plugin called Relevancy that I've used before that I really love, or I remember really loving, and I just spelled it Revelancy, so that's not going to work. But I feel like it does, yeah, I feel like it does a richer search. And again, like, we're starting to get into, like, I'm adding all these optional things, and I could definitely just properly, like, code the archive page to give back demos that are in category news. So we're starting to hit the thing where, like, the site bloats out because we're not using code. And that is a huge trade-off. But anyway, we want to index posts and pages and demos. We want to index category, tag, but not these other things. We want to index comments. Let's see what custom fields there are. We don't really have any. Well, or this just isn't good. Yeah, visible custom fields. I can't really imagine what custom fields we're gonna have, but whatever, we'll index them. Sure, we'll index the author's name and the excerpt, yes. Save the options. Build the index. 2 seconds later, we've got 11 posts indexed, and I am really curious. Oh, well, see, it's, does it only affect search? Yeah. It might only affect search. It might not actually affect what the archive page does, which I should have realized. Yeah, so, category news. What if, okay, last thing I'm going to do on this. I used WordPress's default categories, but no, I don't think creating my own demos only custom taxonomy would actually work. Like, it would work, but I don't think I could. I don't think Beaver Builder would show the posted in thing if I did it that way. So yeah, we might just have to kind of accept that. It says posted in news, but if you click on news, you only get blog posts. You don't get, well, that's actually kind of broken, so it's really not good. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, it says post terms. That's so vague. Do they only mean post category, I think. Let me just test that. So I am going to create no, not a custom field. I want to create a custom taxonomy for this thing. Does this not do custom taxonomies? Let's see. It does. I should be able to create it. Okay, maybe a taxonomy is a field? No, this is a custom field. This isn't really what I want. So, nope. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create like a demo categories taxonomy. Okay, time to Google. Pods plugin create custom taxonomies. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to have to actually install that CPT UI plugin. Pods admin, add new. Oh, right. Sorry. So we don't edit an existing pod. We add a new one. We create a new taxonomy, and it is demo category, plural demo categories. Okay. I really only want it to apply to yeah, I only want it to apply to the demos post type. How do I do that? Oh, okay. Advanced options, associated post types. Nice. Good. So now demos will have the demo category taxonomy. But the question is, this is the original. The question is, I'm going to add a new demo category, full build. Actually, I'm going to just, okay, I am going to remove from pods. I'm going to say that demos no longer get to have, they don't get to have categories and they don't get to have tags. But I'm pretty sure that's not going to delete the data from the database. So what I'm going to do, since there's nothing in, in these, there's nothing in these 8 posts that is actually anything. So I'm just going to copy that sample text that I put together. I'm going to delete all of these. And I'm going to just permanently delete them entirely out of the database. We're going to start over. How I built WP no code. Is that the name? Yes. How I built WP no code. There's the content. We do allow comments. And the featured image is that. Whoops. And okay, so we're going to say full builds. We're going to add it. We're going to publish. Now let's see what we get. So content, we're not matching any categories. So that's good. Just reload here. Okay, hey, okay, it worked. Posted in full builds. Oh, this is wow. That worked a lot better than I thought it was going to. So, so it did actually grab the term associated with the custom post type. Beaver Builder did actually grab that. Where is it? Post terms. So it did actually show the category. And the archive page actually works properly, meaning if I go here, I would see all the demos that are in the demo category full builds. So it was apparently not a great idea to try to reuse the category and tags taxonomies that like posts get. Looks like that caused confusion. And instead, just create our own custom taxonomy, which is this demo category taxonomy that we created. And yeah, it works great. Cool. So this is the main thing I actually want on this page. And I think I want a little bit of text. And I'm not 100% sure how I want to go about it. So I want, I guess maybe the text could be blue. I mean, the text could be black text on white, and then the all WP no code demos itself could actually be blue maybe. Could be on a blue background is what I mean. So let's set this to our color preset. We want this to be white. And honestly, I don't even mind how that looks, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like that looks pretty cool. Just gonna clone this up a bunch of times. I'm gonna go ahead and close these little alerts or whatever. Usually I just tune them out, but every so often I'll notice and close them. So we're going to edit all of these, and we want them to be published. Yeah, especially if the featured image wasn't the actual, the actual homepage of the site. I think this would look really, really good. I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. So, like, maybe it's these stock humans doing human things with a giant, oh God, okay. Yeah, that guy actually on the left looks super weird. Actually, man, stock photography is so bad. Like, look at these people's smiles. Oof. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, the point being, if you've got, a featured image that's not blue, then I think, yeah, it pops just fine off this blue background. I'm a little concerned by like the varying height on featured images. Does that mean that a featured image could be any height? Let's see. Because what we don't want is, let's see if we can find a vertical image. Something large and vertical. Okay. Yeah, everything here is landscape. I'm looking for something portrait oriented. Whatever, this is close enough. Except I don't know how this is going to look because the underlying is only, the underlying image is only like 750 pixels. But it's like, is it going to be the, yeah, see how tall that is? That's crazy tall. And when we go to watch demos, it's going to look janky, which is fine. I mean, I think because I'm managing the site myself, I can just remember to, only use like landscape oriented photos. I think that's completely fine. But it would be nice if there was some sort of crop on it. Featured image show, above title. Yep, above title's fine. Let's see how above content would look, actually. No, that looks really weird. The image size is medium. Yeah, we could create a new image. We could register a new image size that that crop these images to a particular shape, but I think it's probably not worth it. So I'm just gonna be happy with the way this is. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete the 5 newest versions of this post. And go ahead and push them all the way out of the database. And then we've got some space for text. And so I don't think we really need this thing here. Certainly don't need the contact thing, but I don't think we need design. I'm not sure we really need a design section here. I feel like it could just sort of, well, maybe it would be nice. But we don't want to really copy the design that we've got on the about page. That's too repetitive. We're going to be working on a white background. A little bit curious to, let's see. A little bit curious to see what other page layouts came with this theme demo. Hire me and testimonials. I'm going to go ahead and restore these 2 things. And I'm going to delete this demos thing while I'm at it. And let's look at these. Let's see if they have any sort of layout ideas that we can piggyback off of. Nope, that doesn't look too good. And nope. Hooly. Soylent, a couple references. It's actually about to be, I think, the last episode of Silicon Valley, the show. This weekend. Okay, so whatever. We don't need those pages. Do we need any kind of, you know, fancy design on this thing? Again, you know, I don't really consider myself a designer, so I don't want to spend too much time just like improvising up a bunch of custom design. No, I'm just gonna. I think I'm just gonna go for simplicity. So that means deleting this row. And, you know, learn WordPress. R code-free WordPress. Or code-free demos. Ugh, these things make it so repetitive. Our code-free demos. I already said see how it's done, right? No, I didn't. See how it's done. Cool. Good. See how it's done. Okay, probably time for some more sample text. And I really don't think I need more than about a paragraph or two here. So probably paragraph, and might not even need an H3. So I'm just gonna put a couple of paragraphs of sample text in and see how I think it looks. See how it's done is not a very good H2. H2s are for Google search. H2s are supposed to like really describe what the page is about. So I'm gonna have to fix that. But honestly, like, yeah, it's like these demos are great. Then it's like start watching. Yep, and then this is gonna be, you know, probably a pretty extensive article at some point. But the main thing about it is there's going to be YouTube embeds. And YouTube embeds are really easy. Just paste in the URL. Update. And we may need to do one additional thing. Nope, we don't. It's responsive by default, meaning that the URL is as wide or as narrow as the device, as the space that it's inside, which is really cool. So yeah, so we've got our first demo, the watch demos page. It's just a little bit of text and then all the demos. And I think as time goes on, what we would want, as we got more and more of these rolling, we would want, you know, below here, maybe another white section that says, you know, demos by category, demos by tag, or something like that. But for now, I think this is the right start on this page. So this should actually probably be demos. And the blog, here are our most recent demos on building WordPress websites from scratch without code. So yeah, this should be demos, I think. And the blog section is just going to kind of sit there, and we're not even going to link to it from the homepage. This is weirdly narrow since the rest of the site is at 1200 pixels or wider. I don't know why. I probably was just playing with it towards the beginning of this process. So as I look at it, I'm going to go ahead and give this the extra 200 pixels of width it deserves. And honestly, that's kind of nice because that puts this onto one line, in fact. Let me just make sure this no longer works. Good. Yeah, I think this is right. Should it be about FAQ contact us? Am I crazy? About FAQ and contact. Yeah, I think contact us should go at the bottom, which sucks because we have to switch the colors again. Not about contact and FAQ. Yeah, it feels like contact us should be. No, I think I'm going to leave it actually. About contact and FAQ. Yeah, I think that's fine. It's probably not how most places do it, but whatever. And then, yep. Yeah, this looks really good. I mean, to me. So now let's think about the footer. Am I willing to live with like the footer being like white and then white? Yes, I'm willing to live with that. I don't really care. Now it's got like a bunch of weird social media links in the footer right now. And do I want that? I don't know. Okay. Section 2 is a widget. So this is being controlled by a widget. It's nice that the customizer gives you this little edit thing, which is really, really cool. And here's where we'd go if we wanted to give it like a blue background or something, but honestly, I don't. Okay, so this is like a social profiles widget that comes with the theme itself, I guess. So what is this? Okay, so we don't really do LinkedIn. Target same, what? Oh, I get it. No, we'll let it open in the same page, I guess. Nah, okay, same page, yeah. Title, it doesn't need a title, but where is the, okay, the link is actually, and we'll just link to WP Shout social media. Twitter. I don't know what this is. Blogger? Is this really? Is it really linking to Blogger? That's bizarre. Okay, well, we have a YouTube account, so. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to choose that. And now, how do we, so link is, don't really want to.
So let's go full screen here.
Come on. So that's with this weird link. Publish. Can't really see. Let's just hide the customizer. Nice. Okay. And yeah, I like that these are unobtrusive because I like that they're unobtrusive, but would it kind of make the footer pop a little more? Oh, this is buggy. Wow, this is really buggy. Would it make the footer pop a little bit more if we... So I'm going to have to grab this color from somewhere. Let's go global colors. And by these colors I've never changed. They are the default theme colors that came with the theme. So if you wonder why this whole thing is blue and orange, it's because this theme demo comes with blue and orange like default colors, and I thought it looked cool, which is why I left it. So yeah, the icon color is blue. And now work. Why do you already say you're published? You are not already published. So the customizer's bugging on me. So I'm just going to have to reload, I think. All right. If I can't do this in the customizer, I'm going to have to do it in... I'm going to have to do it on the back end. There's another interface for widgets. So this is footer bar section 2. So yeah, the customizer's bugged. It's not the customizer. Oh wait, maybe we just need to hit apply. Yeah, I think I keep making that mistake. Yeah, I do. I keep making that mistake. You never know when you have to just click away from something versus when you have to actually hit some hidden apply button somewhere. You know what I think I might do? I think I might make the content blue too. I don't know if I'm kind of going overboard with this blue color, especially when it's thin like this. It looks pretty dumb. Yeah, I definitely don't think that's an improvement. So let me just drop that. I'm just going to clear that color entirely. That's not good. Okay, then I'm just going to leave without publishing, and hopefully we'll get back to where we were. Yep, but we lost the social stuff. And I do think I want the blue on the social media. I think that looks cool. And it just brings a little bit of color to the footer. So, edit this. And we're going to do that. And then we're going to apply. Because we're editing a widget, and there's the apply button. And then we're going to publish. And let's see how the footer looks. Black, blue, looks good. Yeah, I like that. All right, well, this is a very simple WordPress site. Why are these different widths? This looks like this. This looks like this. Shouldn't they be the same width? I thought I built them off the same. Or is it just like an optical illusion because one has content, the other doesn't? How I built WP No code. How I built WP No code. Okay, maybe they are the same width. Wait, so it looks like this. And then I'm just gonna... Let me just make sure. I just want to make sure my eyes aren't playing tricks on me. Yeah, that looks super wide. And here, yeah, it is actually a different width, I think. Yeah, it definitely is a different width. So what's going on? Why is the homepage thing giving itself permission to be wider than I want it to be? Oh, it's a function of the width of the container, isn't it? Yep. So does that mean that this gets super, but this doesn't get super wide? How I built WP No code. And this goes all the way to how I built WP. What's going on? 3/2020. 3/2020. Why are you so wide? Is the row wider than usual? No, I don't think so. Is this row narrower than usual? Well, it's defined. for one thing, but that shouldn't matter. Yeah, this looks fine. Now we go. So it's okay, that's fine. Now, why are you so wide? Without being able to look at code, I don't know if I can figure that out. I'm gonna try again. Is there some sort of max width that we're looking at or something? Oops, didn't mean to actually. Equal heights, no. Layout columns. Image spacing, 0 pixels. Content, offset, pagination. So I guess what's different is the pagination, but that shouldn't really matter. Whatever, let's just put numbers back. Shouldn't, yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, well, the other thing that's different is that the content is being hidden versus shown. And that doesn't matter either. What's going on? What is actually going on? What is the actual difference here? Equal heights, no. Layout columns, columns 3, 2020 div. Above show, above title, medium. Authors show, date show. It looks like it goes all the way out to the right. And then there's this one. No, this is in like a smaller, this is in like a smaller area. How is that possible? See, like this row is wider. It's like it looks, it's acting wider. The row is acting wider. Let me just say 800 pixels. That's a mistake I keep making. I hit the, yeah, you're just supposed to type numbers. I type letters and numbers. All right, so it'll listen if I tell it this. Does that mean that does that mean that this row has padding on? No? Okay, is this thing actually 1200 pixels? Does the row have padding on the right or left? No, it does not. Does this row have padding or right? No, it does not. Now, which one is actually 1200 pixels? See, this is wider than 1200 pixels. It's going out to the actual edge of the screen. And I don't get that. Why are you going out to the edge of the screen? Let me just see. Does this thing really go out to the edge of the screen like that, or? It seems to. See how it goes like beyond the edge of the other rows? It goes about another 200 pixels outside the other rows. Why? Why is that? Width is full width, content width is fixed. Width is full width, content width is fixed. Fixed width is 1200 pixels. Fixed width is 1200 pixels. We have an overlay? Don't need that. Yeah, maybe this is like, maybe I cloned this from this header image. Not that it should make a difference, but whatever. I'm just gonna duplicate this row that I think is actually working the way I expect. Change this to blue. Then I'm going to just start moving stuff into the row I just created. Definitely mysterious what the story is here. Okay, so we do want 80 pixels of top and bottom padding. What is going on here? Because now this thing, hold on. It goes way out beyond where it's supposed to be. It's like the contents are broken in some way. I hate to do this, but I'm just going to start deleting stuff until it's the width it's supposed to be. Because I really don't get why it's doing this. So that wasn't the issue. So I'm going to say discard. So is this white row breaking stuff below it? Is that what's happening? Okay. I'm wasting a lot of time on this, but I want to get this right. And now my internet connection is slow. Super weird. So it started out lined up like this, but this was wider, meaning that this goes out to the edge like that. Now it's just acting really strange. Which, okay, come on. I'm gonna close this page, don't need that. All right, you done? No, it's still the page is still loading, okay. So this row, okay, hold on. Can I edit you? Yes, I can. And if I fix you at 1200 pixels, do you listen to me? No, you don't. But if I fix you at 200, then you listen, yes. And what is causing that behavior? Top, okay, you got a 15 pixel top margin. That's not the end of the world. And the text looks just fine. This thing is a text editor. Has basically nothing in it. This is just like a little divider. So if we say 800, then you're obviously wider than it. This is obviously wider than 800 pixels. If we say 1000 pixels, then you're wider than this 1200 pixel thing. Okay. Well, I am just going to copy the text of this into this so that I don't have to think about it. And then this is newest demos. Okay, newest demos. All right. I'm going to get rid of this row entirely. Going to hit publish. All right. So this row is behaving the way I think it should. I'm going to duplicate this row. And it breaks. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Okay, so it's working the way it should. So it doesn't break. All right. Turn that orange. Grab this. And we want this to be an H2. And we don't want this thing at all. So far, so good, I think. I think that's the way it's supposed to be. Now we... Okay, so the row's got a background color, but the other elements aren't really listening to it. Do we have some column settings that are messing everything up? We do. Well, the column has a white background, so we don't like that. Oh, God. Look at this. Okay. Well, that's weird. Is that true over here? That these columns have 100 pixels of every... They do. They have 100 pixels of padding. So it was actually that this thing doesn't have a crazy amount of column padding. Huh. So let's look at the About page. So we let this be 1200 pixels, but is it actually 1200 pixels? I don't know. Column settings. Huh. So the columns are actually... So this is actually 1000 pixels wide, not 1200. Because these single columns are... Well, but not this one. And how wide is this row? 1200. That's fine. So if I say done, I publish. Interesting. So wait a minute. Because, well, okay, how wide is this thing? So this is actually 1200. And this is the widest thing on the website. So everything other than this is not 1200 pixels wide. Now, what's keeping it from being that way? So I guess that the people who built this theme did a bunch of padding on the columns. Now, why is this not wider? Oh, it does have, wait a minute, column settings, advanced. So it's got 50 pixels of right padding, but nothing on the left. What? And if you do that, then it screws everything up. Because, no. This is really confusing. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So we have 50 pixels of right padding, but nothing on the left. And it all lines up, but not on the right. Now it lines up on the right. Why does this have a ton of right and left padding? Oh, it wants to be at least 100 pixels from the edge of the screen, I guess, on large devices. which is cool, but why does that screw up the layout here and it doesn't screw up the layout up here? Because so it's got 100 pixels of padding. Is it even centered? Yeah, I think it is. This has no padding. Excuse me, so it goes all the way to the edge. This has, whoops. Okay, let's see how far out this goes. Right, so it goes to 1200. Or no, it goes to whatever the width of this thing actually is. This has top and... So what's keeping... Okay, we'll say 1900 pixels. What's keeping this? Yeah, so this is held in check. This is held in check by 100 pixels on the right and left. This is held in check. This whole row is held in check by 100 pixels on the right and left of the columns. What is holding this row in check? If we say I want this to be 1900 pixels, what's holding this in check? Does the column have a max width? It has a minimum height, no. It has no max width. And yet it's stuck at 1200. What is going on? I just don't understand how this has 100 pixels padding, this doesn't, and yet they're the same width. That didn't do anything. If I want this row to be 1900 pixels, okay, so it does go out to the edges. Okay, so it does actually go out to the edges. But it's still held in check on the sides. It's still got padding. Okay. Well, whoever put together this theme demo did something that I do not understand. But I do understand why this is broken. And I'm actually just going to give up on understanding like every piece of this. And I'm just going to fix this. Fix the problem that this thing is having. And the problem it's having is like it's somehow to make the layout balance out. It's expecting, see, it's expecting padding like that. Then we've got our save template, post module with settings. But we don't want posts, we want demos. And sure, name and this, and we could even show the post terms. Now we got to make this white. Yeah, so this whole, whatever this was, the last 20 minutes, was basically me finding something very weird about the homepage. And then kind of going down this rabbit hole of like column styling, and I absolutely have no idea what the actual story is. Like what is causing some of these columns to need a bunch of padding on the left and right, and then some of the columns not to, and it all to still line up perfectly at 1200. And I'm very curious if the whole site looks good on mobile. Looks really good on what would basically be an iPad. Doesn't, that's not good. It's got a horizontal scroll bar on a phone. I'm guessing that, why is that? We'll have to look. It's got a horizontal scroll bar on a phone. How does the About page look? So the home page scrolls on a phone, like horizontally, which you do not want. This looks pretty good, actually. I'm presuming the blog page looks just fine because none of it is being set with Beaver Builder. It's all like theme default stuff. No code demos. This does not look very good. This, and then you got some of that going on. So I think, you know what we can do is we can open up Beaver Builder, and we can just make this thing that we're looking at very narrow. Oh, so no, that's not the issue. The issue is we've got, well, no, that padding looks good. So what does this have? Bottom padding that we don't want? Yes. No, that's not the issue. So no, the issue actually is that the background image is set to fill. Well, no, it does need to fill. Oh, this, maybe it shouldn't have padding. Wait, the row has padding. Is that what we want? Well, it's not changing anything. Does this have a bunch of bottom padding? I guess it's just, well, the featured image should be made to like cover the size of what it's in. Let's just see if the problem is, okay, center, let's do center bottom. Wait, no, so that's not the issue because it's filling whatever its space is, I think. Yeah, it's filling whatever space it's given. There's some space here that it's not allowed to. There's some blue space here that it's not allowed to even, that like is in no man's land on a phone. Huh. Okay, what? Oh, I see. It's thinking, okay. Responsive editing. Okay, I'm just going to discard my changes. So there's some blue space that's in no man's land on a phone. And I'm guessing that's true for the About page as well. No, nope, weird. The About page doesn't have that problem. So if I go to Beaver Builder and I do responsive editing, good. So now it knows about the problem. And what is the problem? This row, if I say this row is red in the back, doesn't change anything. It's got an, 80 pixel top margin. Don't want that. Good. But we do want, so the 80 pixels of top padding is not, yeah, it's just inheriting it and then, yeah, okay, good. That fixes that. So let's look on a phone and, no, is that not actually fixed now? It's not. Why not? Beaver Builder. So this has a top margin when you're on a smaller device, but Beaver Builder doesn't think it does. Oh, there it is. It's on a phone. Only on a phone. Okay. Fixed. Only on a phone was that a problem. So now that's fixed. The about page looks pretty good. Yeah, I like the way the footer looks. Again, I think the blog page looks just fine. And is there too much space on top of this thing? I feel like there is. I feel like this must be like padding that's different on a different device. It just has to be. Yeah, we don't really want that. So in Beaver Builder, you really, really have to be conscious of all three of those device widths, because styles will, like Beaver Builder decisions, will get made at different widths, and you change it at one width and it doesn't change at the other widths. So I'm just, yeah, don't really want this to have 80 pixels of bottom margin. What did we say on this thing? Had a 15 pixel top margin. Why is this tiny now? Okay. All right. So I mean, we'll give it 15 pixels maybe, not 80. Okay. Then, yeah, that looks good. So, doesn't need a margin. Then that's hideous. Yeah, so it needs a top margin as well, is what it needs. So, only for tablet do you get 15. And basically, I'm only setting it for the tablet width because the way Beaver Builder should behave is that each size will inherit from the size above it. So if you set something for tablet and don't set it for phone, then phone will listen to tablet. If you set something for laptop and don't set it for tablet or phone, then both of those sizes will listen to laptop. So it's like an inheritance thing. Okay, that actually finally looks fine now. About. How do we look on a phone? So you need some space. You need some space. You need some space. Okay, you get a car. Yeah, they actually all need the same thing. Okay. So, Beaver Builder. So we just got to do this at tablet width, really. Got to go here. Wait, no, got to go here. We say that no, you do not have a 0 pixel top margin. You have a 15 pixel. And that's fine. You do not, nope. You do not have a 0 pixel. Yeah, 15 pixels, that's right. It's supposed to inherit it, so why isn't it? No code demos. Yeah, you're definitely not inheriting a margin. $15 pixels. I'm just gonna delete both of these. Then 15. So, whatever. I'm just gonna say 15. I'm just gonna tell it to be 15, and let's see if it listens. Yeah, listened on a phone, listened on a tablet. That's fine. Okay. Let's look in about. Yeah, so that needs the 15 pixels. So you got 15 already, but it's not listening. It's not inheriting it from its parent. Maybe I'll have to look into that. I really thought that was the rule with Beaver Builder, but It doesn't seem to be doing that. There's probably some CSS that's overriding that, is really the truth. So when you get to tablet width, Beaver Builder wants to inherit that rule, but it can't because some other CSS is telling it not to. But again, without code, we can't get to the bottom of that. All right, and so you need 15 pixels of top margin, even at tablet width. All right, and then you need 15 pixels of top margin at tablet width. You need 15 pixels at tablet width, and that should do it. Let's see how we're looking. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. So I think the last page we got to do is the home page. Yep, so everybody needs the same treatment. Okay, and we're definitely going to have to figure this out because it's super awkward. But all right, so if I just duplicate this row, does it behave the way I want? No, it doesn't. It scrolls horizontally. So this row is a problem. And that is a problem I do not have with this row. And again, I don't have a good way of getting to the bottom of the problem itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this entire row by saving it as row white background. Again, I don't have a good way to get to the bottom of the problem on the home page. It has something to do with those crazy column padding things that are in this theme demo that I don't understand. But it doesn't matter because we can just really just migrate everybody into a new row. And I'm not sure I'm doing this right, but my main focus right now is getting rid of this row. And its clone. Okay. Uh-oh. Now this row's broken. No, it's not. Hold on. Okay. This is not supposed to say get in touch. Oh man, what did it used to say? And then this is supposed to say newest demos down at the bottom. Okay, let's see what it used to say. Get in touch. Your questions. Mm, 39 revisions. Get in touch, not what we want. Get in touch. Maybe it always did say get in touch. Have I just not even noticed that? WordPress done right. I like it. And you shouldn't be orange, you should be blue. Delete this thing. Delete this thing. Delete this thing. And nope. And watch demos now is the last part that we want. Okay. Now this row must not have any bottom padding, which we want. All right. How does this row behave? Okay, so this row is well behaved. It's just the blue thing below it that still has a scroll bar. So duplicate. Newest no code WordPress tutorials. What's new? Okay, so it's supposed to say what's new. All right. And Beaver Builder did not like that, so I'm going to reload. What's new? And you're supposed to be orange. Save you. Get rid of the button. Drop this text onto this text. Turn it white. Go to the row. Give you a blue background. Pull up this posts module. Delete this row entirely. And please work. So it goes to one column and we have no scroll bar. Wonderful. Now we do have some extra space here that we're going to have to get rid of. Not sure why. Do you have a top margin or something? No, that's not the problem. Do you have... Yes, you have an 80 pixel top margin. You don't really need that, do you? Nope. Okay, that looks just about perfect to me. Again, a lot of stuff that I don't 100% understand in the way that this theme's layouts behave. And even though it comes out looking exactly consistent, the way we got to that consistency is a little bit inconsistent. Like these 80 pixels of top margin, do I just delete those? Yes, I do. So it's like even the row we copied where it was like, yes, you're doing it right, even that row is behaving a little weirdly. So yeah, I don't fully understand the behavior of this, especially at okay, and that's really bad. What just happened? Okay, I'm going to step back by a minute. So 2 minutes ago, I think the homepage worked the way it was supposed to. Yep. But we got this blue bar that we don't want to deal with. And or do we? Or is that just the bottom of the laptop? No, it's not. It's an actual blue bar. We go here. That's a problem with this row. We don't want this 80 pixel margin. And we don't want this 80 pixel margin. But we also don't want you spontaneously losing your left and right padding, which you didn't. So yeah, you're working the way you're supposed to now. Okay, well. Okay, good. So I'm happy. All this work for something very, very small, it seems. But again, it's sort of like making something out of clay. You start out with a lot and you end up with a little, but the little works the way it's supposed to. Okay, so next up, I just want to clean up this like Latin stuff, and then I'm going to actually take the site live. So that'll be fun.